For me, April 23rd is a little bit different. You see, because it was 38 years ago. Get that right. In 79, yep, April 23rd, 1979, that I got my first job in technology. And it kind of changed my life. It's Earth Day 2017. We're in the midst of spring here. And I don't know, I guess this is like my first crack at some video, some sort of content. You know, I've been in this neighborhood now, 22 years. And although I just saw 2 cars, I used to kid when people asked, you know, what's your neighborhood like? I said, it's the kind of place, because of, you know, it's not exactly a cul-de-sac, but there are more people who are runners, joggers, walkers, you know, and they're taking their bikes out and strapping up their roller blades and stuff. And it's really like it's a quiet place to be. But seeing it's April 23rd, everybody says, oh, it's Earth Day. There's stuff going on up at the park in the center of town. It was everywhere I went. I mean, I showed a couple of houses today. And I mean, celebrations. There was, I think, a daffodil exhibit up in town. For me, April 23rd is a little bit different. You see, because it was 38 years ago. Get that right. In 79, yep, April 23rd, 1979, that I got my first job in technology. And it kind of changed my life. I was watching this video. Hold on, I got to roll it back. I wasn't watching a video. I was watching TV. What was it? It was a Twilight Zone. That's what it was. Twilight Zone. Late at night. This was the summer of '78. And what happened was, this commercial comes on. It was kind of cheesy. It's like, do you want to be, do you want to get into the exciting world of computer programming?
We've been reading Help Wanted ads lately. Men and women trained as computer programmers and data processing technicians are in big demand. The Albert Merrill School can prepare you for an exciting computer career in just 6 months. All or part of your tuition can be covered by government grants or low-cost loans if you qualify. The starting salaries of Albert Merrill graduates range between $10,000 and $14,000. Call for this free career booklet. Learn how you can train for a computer career in only 6 months. Call 246-7130, 246-7130.
And it was up and coming. I mean, we knew about computers, but, you know, it was like in its infancy. I was like, oh man, I could do something like that. They said, all you have to do is come in and take a test. Well, wouldn't you know I did. And I got all of the answers right except for 2. And they said, yes, if you want, you can be a computer programmer. Well, long story short, I went from just being a guy who passed a normal aptitude test to 7 months later, I was graduating on the Ides of March. I'll tell you more about that another time. Well, it wasn't more than, I guess, 5 or 6 weeks later, I had my first interview, a place in Lodi, New Jersey called Home Decor, and I got a job. The funny thing is that yesterday, you know, especially with all the, you know, the spring stuff going on, everybody's got spring fever. We're doing some spring cleaning in the house. Well, I hadn't thought about this in forever. But one of the first things that they teach you in computer school is flowcharting. Well, in going through the attic, there's a book. It was my flowcharting book. And I said, oh my goodness, here it is. 38 years to the day. Well, one more day. 38 years. And that was like the first thing I did. I said, you know what? I got to do a video for it. So I decided to take the plunge. Everybody has an origin story. I know that during the spring, I mean, every day is like a renewal. I mean, I wish I wouldn't do Earth Day as just one day a year. I mean, you see how beautiful it is, down one of the streets that I live here. And I've really been kind of blessed to be in such a nice, quiet, pastoral neighborhood. It's just like a regular home, post-war home. But you get to do this, like this where you live. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's 15 miles from New York City. Just like this quiet neighborhood. And yes, every day should be Earth Day. Shouldn't just be once a year. For me, it's kind of like this constant renewal thing. So, when did my story begin? I have a lot of them. But this particular one, because of Earth Day, I think should have, had a little bit something more special. That's where we'll start. I'll see you in the next one.